Shalom Yasharallah. I'd like to begin by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, whom I worship. Double honors to my elder apostles, the great millstone, who taught me his word in sincerity and the truth, and who rule well. Salutations be to the hopeful elect. They are out there on the highways, byways, hedges, and gaps, proclaiming the true names of the Father and the Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the midst of a wicked-ass generation. Wicked-ass adulterous generation, man. Okay? That the Heavenly Father will soon destroy. 2/3 of our people will be deleted, and 1/3 of our people will be delivered. Okay? I'm the Bishop Teacher Sakurun from the Hebrew Israelite group known as Great Millstone, also known as GMS, and this is another T.E.O.E.W.A.W.K.I news. See what is out, what's happening in the world, what's happening here in Babylon the Great, what's happening in the world, you know, and tie it in with prophecy. So let's go. This is the top news. It says Musk and Doge try to slash government by cutting out those who answer to voters. Top U.S. health agency makes $25,000 buyout. $25,000 buyout offer to most of its employees. $25,000 ain't shit. You'll be stupid to take that. You know? You know, unless you have a plan B, a job already lined up, and you take that, then you go into the other job that will probably pay you better. But $25,000, man, that ain't shit. That's chump change. It says House Republicans unveil bill to avoid shutdown, and they're daring Democrats to oppose it. It says T.E.O.E.W.A.W.K.I taps new ICE leaders and moves to identify leakers. Yeah, they found out that one of those top dudes in ICE was a straight up white supremacist, man. You know, so that's who Trump likes. People like that, you know, that are willing to delete, you know, Jake out there, man. Legally and shit, according to their system. It says Trump downplays business concerns about uncertainty from his tariffs and prospect of higher prices. Rescued from forced scam compounds. Survivors face new nightmare in detention. It says Russian forces walked inside a gas pipeline to strike Ukrainian troops from the rear in Kursk. Those Russians are they're real warriors, man. They're strategic. But from what I understand, those Ukrainians are just as tough, man. You know? It says scholars stranded in America and abroad amid funding freeze of State Department programs. Trump's 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports go into effect. Let me hit that real quick. Let's play this video.
We've seen significant stock market sell-offs over the past 2 days. In fact, the S&P 500 stock index is at its lowest point since September of last year. Why is that? Investors are spooked by the risks of tariffs. They're looking at the announcements coming from President Trump with regard to tariffs on Canada, Mexico, steel, aluminum, and more going forward starting in April, and worrying that that's going to hurt profits, slow growth, and raise prices. So the hard question is, what can the president do? Well, so far, he's shown no inclination to back off tariffs and try to reach a negotiated settlement. Tariffs are a form of revenue for the U.S. government. They're called customs and duties, and essentially what they are is a tax on what you import. If you import an item worth more than $800, like say a gown or a suit or an espresso maker, you pay a tariff on that product as the importer. That's true if you're a consumer, that's true if you're a business. And in some cases, the cost of that tariff can be passed along to you in the form of higher prices. Now, in a sense, the Trump administration has recognized this challenge by saying
that's what it is. It's going to cost the American people more money because they have to, in order for the like here in America, right? If there's any well, yeah, if you're buying anything that comes from China or anywhere else, you have to pay more for it because of these. They're gonna those importers are gonna up the price because they have to make a profit. So you see, so it's again they're effing up the U.S. citizens because the U.S. citizens are dumb. You know, they'll vote for this. Yeah, raise the tariff. That's right, you dumb asses. You're gonna end up paying more for shit. You know? But that's, you know, the American sheeple, man. You know? Dumbified, stupefied, and mummified, man. You know? And they're all in a trick bag, man. They're all asleep, so they don't know what the hell's going on. They don't want to know. They're comfortable in this false reality, man. Okay?
By saying there will be some pain, a disruption, but they haven't wanted to focus necessarily on why this pain is better than the alternative. We've seen...
Okay, let's go back. We got something on the EU right here. That says and if for those of you who don't know, the EU, that's in prophecy. Okay? The European Union, but they used to be called the EEC, the European Economic Community. And that represents the 10 horns in the Bible, okay? The 10 the beast the scarlet colored, the red colored beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, okay? That's the Edomite governing military industrial complex structure. That's the beast that Yahushua is coming to slay. You know? Yahushua is the beast slayer. He's coming to slay that beast. Okay, very soon. And the EU nations, they're gonna be destroyed, but before they get taken down, they're gonna shoot off their missiles at America, okay? Like I always say, read the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter, 15th verse on down. Okay? It says that the 10 horns shall hate the whore and burn her with fire. The whore being America, man. All right, Babylon the Great. So it says, the EU retaliates against Trump's trade moves and slaps tariffs on produce from Republican states. Let me read that again. The EU retaliates against Trump's trade moves and slaps tariffs on produce from Republican states. Let's play this video.
Attention super markup shoppers, just a heads up. These loyalty cards with exclusive deals, it's a sham. At Aldi you don't need one. You just walk in and save. That's why they're #1 in everyday low prices. It's an Aldi thing.
As of this morning, the United States is applying a 25% tariff on imports of steel and aluminum. We deeply regret this measure. Tariffs are taxes. They are bad for business and worse for consumers. They are disrupting supply chains. They bring uncertainty for...
Ultimately, that's an agenda too, because they want to take control over all resources on the planet Earth, man. Okay, including human resources. And the way they're gonna do that, well, obviously with humans, is to chip them. Okay, that's the end goal. But they want to take control over everything, all resources, man, all manufactured goods, you name it, all imports, all exports. They want it all. They want total control. They want total control over all means of transportation. All right, cars, your city buses, trains, all right, planes, helicopters, whatever, drones, whatever. They want total control, and that's what we're heading to. It's called a dystopia. Okay, it's the opposite of utopia. Look it up. So this is all part of the plan. Okay, and everybody on the top, they're in on it, man. The only ones who are not in on it are like I said, the sheeple of all these governments, man. Okay, including America, which is the worst sheep of them all, man. They're asleep. These sheep are asleep, sound asleep.
For the economy, jobs are at stake, prices up. Nobody needs that. On both sides, neither in the European Union nor in the United States. The countermeasures we take today are strong but proportionate. As the United States are applying tariffs worth $28 billion, we are responding with countermeasures worth 26 billion euros. We will always remain open to negotiations. We firmly believe that in a world fraught with geo-economic and political uncertainties, it is not in our common interest to burden our economies with such tariffs. We're ready to engage in a meaningful dialogue.
Attention, super.
Okay. Well, that was that. So there's all kind of wars happening, man. Trade wars, actual wars. They bombing the hell out of Syria, right? Those Syrians, they causing them to, which that's also part of their agenda, you know. They want to occupy the Middle East, okay. They want to take the lands of the Ishmaelites, okay, and the Arabs. Ultimately, that's their plan, and that they have set in motion, man. You know. What's this? It says Pakistani security forces battle to free about 300 hostages aboard a hijacked train. I want to see what's going on. What's going on in Syria?
What's going on in Syria today?
It was only a few weeks ago that what many thought impossible happened. Jubilant crowds celebrated in the Syrian capital as the brutal dictator Bashar al-Assad's regime crumbled within just a few weeks. Thousands of political prisoners, some of them held for decades, were broken out of Assad's dungeons. It finally seemed that the 13-year nightmare of Syria's civil war, which according to UN estimates saw a staggering 580,000 people killed, 14 million Syrians displaced from their homes, of which 7.2 million became refugees, was ending. But that brief moment of harmony and hope now seems to be dangerously slipping away. Syria has erupted into waves of vicious sectarian score settling and massacres as those minorities who were accused of supporting Bashar al-Assad are being summarily executed by those who overthrew Assad and suffered the most under his rule. Now, in order to grasp what lies behind this, one has to understand.
Some of these Syrians are Israelites. Paul was from from Syria. It's St. Paul, or he was Saul from Damascus, and Damascus, if I'm correct, is the capital of Syria. You know.
Understand the broad sectarian makeup of Syria. The Sunni Muslim community, here shown in green, make up the majority of Syria's 24 million people, and it was they who made up the bulk of the opposition to President Assad, and it was their forces who overthrew him and took the capital, Damascus. In the north, the Kurds, shown in orange, also fought Assad, but they have also faced conflict with Turkey, which opposes Kurdish separatism in the region. But it is the small Syrian Christian community, shown here in black, and who are scattered in small pockets, and the Druze community, shown in blue, and most importantly, and particularly, the Alawite community in purple, that are being targeted in the massacres across the country. And that's because the Assad family are Alawites, and Bashar al-Assad and his father Hafez before him ruled Syria for a total of 55 years. And throughout that time, they carried out...
They look like small hats to me, man. You know? A lot of these leaders, these puppet leaders that are set up throughout these countries are really small hats. And they place them there as puppets to control those countries, man. Alright, so with that, I'm going to say shalom, man. You know, keep you, like, as always, like I say, stay prayed up. Stay on your post. Keep watching. Because as the year progresses, man, we're only in month 3 of this year, and all kind of shit is happening, you know. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom, man. Until the next one, shalom.